Hi, my name is Richard Paz, and today I will be presenting on how to prepare an AWS account for formal NIST 853 Revision 5 audit. This will be primarily using AWS Audit Manager, but there are several steps between using Audit Manager and properly assessing the account that I will walk through. Now, this type of assessment is typically done through systems that process federal data. Sometimes the system's not federal, but the data is being processed as federal, so that merits this type of assessment. Normally government systems, DoD systems, so on and so forth. Now, the problem that I'm trying to solve here is how do you do this in the cloud environment? Below, you can see how the workflow works. So you will target a AWS account. At the very beginning of my proposal, I suggested to do just a service, but I found that just doing something like targeting S3 buckets was not practical. And the reason being is just that this type of assessment goes very in depth and it is meant for an entire account or multiple accounts at once. So you select an account, you set up your AWS config, which is basically a service that formats data based on your configuration settings. This will kind of segue the data from your account to what's called AWS Security Hub. Now, AWS Security Hub is a central system that displays all your security statuses of your AWS environment. So you can have CIS benchmarks, you can have PCI, you can have HIPAA, or you can have NIST, as I am demonstrating here. So it's a central location where you can monitor the security health for multiple frameworks in your environment. Now, lastly, that information feeds into AWS Audit Manager. So this is it kind of grabs that information based on the frameworks that you have, and it'll produce an assessment, basically the results of compliance versus non-compliant, and it'll allow you to customize those reports so you can report them to the appropriate parties for remediation or just to address them in general. A quick overview. This is how AWS config looks. Um, Here is a high level of the security hub and some of the standards that have already been run against my account that we'll dive into later. And then here you'll see some results of two active assessments that I have on my account. Now we'll dive deeper into this during the longer demonstration, but this in summary is what my project is going to be.